Hello, everyone. My name is Bushra Al-Sulaim, and I am delighted to present my research about data governance frameworks in academic and gray literature and their applicability to small and medium enterprises, or SMEs. This research dives into how we can adapt data governance frameworks to the unique needs of SMEs, ensuring they thrive in today's data-driven world. SMEs are the backbone of global economies, and effective data governance can empower them to unlock significant opportunities. Here's what we'll cover in this presentation over the next 20 minutes. First, we will introduce the topic and explain key terms. Then, we will explain why data governance is a challenge for SMEs, laying out the problem statement. Next, we'll examine the research gap and why existing frameworks often fail to meet SMEs' requirements. I'll then detail the methodology employed, focusing on the people, process, technology framework as my rubric-based analysis to analyze the components of industry data governance frameworks. After that, we'll share key findings and identified gaps. Building on these, we'll conclude with a call to action and a summarization of our discussion. Each section is designed to provide practical insights and foster collaboration. Let's begin. It is a common misconception that data management is thought of as synonym for data governance rather than distinct capabilities. Let's clarify the distinction between data governance and data management. Data governance provides the strategic framework, the what and why that define policies, standards, and decision-making authority. In contrast, data management focuses on the how and when aspects, implementing these policies in the day-to-day handling of data. Distinguishing between the two terms is crucial to our analysis. By clearly separating governance from management, we can evaluate frameworks more effectively, determining whether they prioritize strategic planning, which is data governance, or operational execution, which is data management. This clarity ensures our recommendations address the specific needs of SMEs, whether they require guidance for decision-making or tools for managing data operations. Let's dive into the research problem. Small and medium enterprises, or SMEs, are economic powerhouses. They are the backbone of the global economy, representing 90% of businesses and 70% of global jobs. However, SMEs face significant hurdles in implementing effective data governance. They're stuck trying to fit into frameworks designed for corporate giants, frameworks that are far too complex for their needs. Since most existing frameworks are developed for large enterprises with vast resources, that leaves SMEs to adapt complex processes with limited budgets, expertise, and staff. Imagine running a marathon with shoes that don't fit. It's uncomfortable, impractical, exhausting, and unsustainable. This misalignment often results in SMEs failing to harness the potential of their data, putting them at a disadvantage in today's digital economy. While data governance is a well-studied field, we found, through our literature review, that academic literature generally agrees on data governance principles activities such as defining, implementing, and monitoring. However, the exact nature of these tasks often varies and becomes a subject of interpretation and debate. Another critical observation is that most academic frameworks focus on peer-reviewed literature, neglecting the practical insights found in practitioner publications. Moreover, much of the academic and industry focus has been on frameworks for large organizations. These frameworks assume a level of resource availability, from financial budgets to technical teams, that SMEs simply do not have. They assume that SMEs have an army of data experts, a big budget, and advanced tools. But in reality, most SMEs are just trying to keep the lights on while managing their data. Finally, current research and frameworks often overlook SMEs. There's very little evidence of these frameworks being successfully adapted for SMEs, as there is minimal documented evidence of real-world adaptations of these frameworks to SME contexts. This combination of these problems, resource assumptions, variability in tasks, and overlooked practitioner insights, is where our research steps in. It aims to bridge these gaps by analyzing existing frameworks and proposing actionable and scalable solutions tailored specifically for SMEs. Our research methodology utilized a structured rubric-based approach to assess the suitability of existing industry frameworks for SMEs. It leveraged the people, process, and technology framework. The rubric focuses on three key lenses. First, people. This lens examined roles, decision rights, and responsibilities for each framework component to assess their practicality for SMEs with limited resources. Second, process. This lens analyzed the implementation procedures and activities associated with each component to ensure they are feasible for smaller organizations. Third, technology. This lens evaluated the tools, scalability, and accessibility required for implementing each component, emphasizing cost-effective solutions suitable for SMEs. Each lens of the PPT framework highlights essential aspects relevant to understanding and evaluating data governance frameworks, particularly in the context of SMEs that often face challenges such as limited resources and staff. It's like peeling an onion, layer by layer. We analyzed roles and decision rights under people, implementation activities under process, and tools and scalability under technology. This structured approach allowed us to see where frameworks excelled and where they missed the mark for SMEs. PPT framework is a widely recognized framework often associated with Levitt's diamond. It has become a cornerstone in business and technology contexts due to its ability to comprehensively address the interplay of human roles, operational processes, and technological requirements. By choosing these PPT framework, we aimed at addressing a gap in existing research, which often does not go into detail about the specific tasks or components involved in data governance. This approach provides a structured and comprehensive way to assess how different frameworks function in both strategic and practical terms. Also, the structured, rubric-based evaluation enhances the validity and reliability of the findings, providing a clear comparison of frameworks in terms of strategic and practical use. Moreover, it offers practical insights that extend beyond theoretical analysis, making data governance more accessible and actionable for smaller organizations. And finally, the use of the PPT framework in this study aligns with prior research across various domains, particularly in the context of SMEs. Previous studies in areas such as information systems, risk management, and cybersecurity have demonstrated the framework's effectiveness in addressing challenges faced by resource-constrained organizations. For more details on these studies, please refer to our paper. Now, let's look at how data governance is approached in industry practices. These frameworks are tailored to enhance business performance and operationalize governance strategies. We specifically reviewed frameworks from notable industry practitioners like DAMA, DGI, DCAM, and PwC. These frameworks are highly focused on practical implementation, offering strategies that businesses can directly apply to their operations. Upon review, we decided which industry frameworks to include or exclude in our analysis. Our decision was based on their suitability for small to medium-sized enterprises. First, the DAMA Wheel by the Data Management Association, DAMA, was included because it provides a holistic approach to data governance, integrating it with broader data management practices. DAMA is often referred to as the Bible of data governance, widely adopted in the industry and frequently cited in academic and professional certifications. Its guidance is highly relevant to SMEs that need a foundational framework to begin their data governance journey. We also included the Data Governance Framework by the Data Governance Institute, DGI. The DGI framework stands out for its practical and flexible approach, providing actionable strategies that are easier to implement. It's recognized as one of the industry's leading frameworks, particularly for organizations just starting their data governance programs. Its focus on scalability and practical insights makes it ideal for SMEs. On the other hand, the Data Management Capability Assessment Model, or DCAM, was excluded. While DCAM offers detailed best practices and a robust capability assessment model, it's primarily designed for mature organizations with well-established governance programs. Its focus on benchmarking and optimization is less suited for SMEs that are still building their governance foundations. Finally, we excluded PwC's data governance frameworks as well. PwC's approach is better aligned with organizations that already have governance structures and resources in place. SMEs, with their constraints on resources and expertise, would find this framework less practical or relevant in their early stages of data governance implementation. This decision ensures our analysis focuses on frameworks that truly address the needs of SMEs, providing actionable insights they can adopt and implement effectively. Now, let's dive into the findings. Our analysis revealed some key differences. The DAMA wheel is a comprehensive framework with 11 components, placing data governance at the center. While it's crucial for organizations to have a strong governance structure, it can be resource-intensive. SMEs might find the requirements, such as data architecture and security, overwhelming due to the need for specialized tools and skilled personnel. DAMA is like the encyclopedia of data governance, thorough but overwhelming for SMEs. It focuses heavily on data management rather than governance. On the other hand, the DGI framework offers a more practical approach. It has 10 components, focusing on strategic alignment and defining stakeholder roles. The framework is flexible and more feasible for SMEs, especially with phased implementation, starting with foundational governance elements. However, it still requires moderate investment in resources. However, neither framework is perfect, and both need tailoring to truly work for SMEs. While DAMA and DGI offer valuable insights, their complexity and resource demands may not align with the needs of SMEs. For SMEs, it's crucial to start with simpler, scalable frameworks. We also emphasize the importance of establishing data governance before diving into management practices to ensure alignment with business goals. Our analysis uncovered several critical gaps in data governance research and practice. First, there's a scarcity of data governance frameworks, with most being developed by industry associations and few addressing the diverse needs and scales of organizations. Second, existing literature lacks detailed guidance on the specific activities required to implement data governance. While broad principles like defining, implementing, and monitoring are well understood, the actionable tasks often remain vague or open to interpretation. Third, SMEs are particularly underserved. Frameworks typically require substantial budgets and resources, leaving SMEs without practical options. There's a pressing need for further research to adapt and scale these frameworks for smaller enterprises, especially given their unique challenges highlighted by the Economic Forum. Finally, we observed a disconnect between academia and industry. Academia provides theoretical models and validation, while industry focuses on pragmatic solutions. These two perspectives often fail to integrate effectively. Bridging this gap through interdisciplinary dialogue and collaboration is essential to develop frameworks that are theoretically sound and operationally viable. Addressing these gaps will ensure data governance frameworks are inclusive, adaptable, and practical for organizations of all sizes. Our call to action highlights 3 critical paths forward, and this is where you come in. First, we must leverage advanced technologies like AI, machine learning, and knowledge graphs. These tools can automate tasks such as compliance monitoring and data quality management, reducing the need for manual oversight. Knowledge graphs, in particular, can help SMEs structure complex data relationships, improving data integration and information retrieval. Research should focus on tailoring these tools to meet the unique needs of SMEs without imposing high costs or complexity. Second, there's an urgent need for in-depth analysis of academic literature to identify practical, scalable techniques specifically suited for SMEs. Current research often emphasizes broad concepts that are impractical for smaller enterprises. A systematic evaluation of existing studies can uncover adaptable solutions that bridge the gap between theory and practice. Lastly, we advocate for stronger collaboration between academia and industry. This partnership can refine theoretical frameworks with practical insights, leading to the development of tools and governance models that are both robust and feasible for SMEs. Such collaborative efforts will support scalable adoption paths, helping SMEs manage resources effectively while achieving their governance goals. Together, these initiatives will accelerate progress toward practical, inclusive solutions that benefit SMEs and larger organizations alike. So what's the way forward? Simplification is key. SMEs need simpler, scalable frameworks that align with their business goals and resource constraints. We also need stronger collaborations between academia and industry to co-create practical solutions that don't just look good on paper. Finally, future research should explore the development of practical, cost-effective data governance solutions for SMEs by focusing on foundational data governance principles and leveraging emerging technologies. Thank you for your time and attention. I hope this presentation has provided valuable insights into making data governance more accessible for SMEs. If you have questions or would like to discuss further, feel free to reach out, and let's make a difference together.